What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you some more Go Battle League battles here in the Holiday Cup, and in today's video we are featuring a Pokemon that I actually do not even own. These battles have been submitted to me by a member of the community, Rose Baka, so thank you so much for submitting these battles here. And it's featuring Altaria, then Trevenant, and PACHIRISU in the back there. You'll see I don't have the moveset of PACHIRISU on the screen there because I personally don't own one, so I don't have a screenshot to take it. But they're running Volt Switch as the fast move, and then Thunder Punch and Thunderbolt as the charge move. So all electric moveset. PACHIRISU is a regional Pokemon, so fairly exclusive, insanely bulky. It's one of the bulkiest electric types, and I'm really excited to watch these battles because this is a 15-game win streak and gaining over 200 points with this team. So let's jump into these games and see how PACHIRISU performs. Galvantula in the lead. This is pretty favorable for Altaria here. Galvantula is just so squishy. They actually end up catching a move on PACHIRISU, and it ends up being the discharge. Nice play. So they're using PACHIRISU on the safe swap here, and there's really not too many things that hard wall electric in this meta. Obviously the grass types are pretty annoying to deal with, and especially when you're an electric type without any coverage moves against grass, it's kind of difficult to deal with. Going to queue up a Thunder Punch here, and it sneaks a Volt Switch through. Really nice. No shields to Night Slash, easily tanks it. Oh, but the opponent gets the boost. That's really unfortunate. But the Galvantula is pretty low, and you baited out an Obstagoon, which the Trevenant now gets to avoid. A Drifblim is a very unique pick in this cup. I personally have not faced up against a Drifblim in Holiday Cup. It does have access to Icy Wind, though, which this is kind of a core breaker for the Trevenant as well. They're going to bring out the Galv, their Energy Dry, nice over farm, getting to the Seed Bomb. The Galvantula might barely survive though. No, just enough to KO, that's huge. And now at this point, it's just going to be fast move pressure all the way, so you could probably just save the shield for the Altaria. Shielding this is fine too, because the super effective Shadow Claws force the Drifblim to throw sooner, and the Drifblim knows it's over, going to be able to take this game. PACHIRISU, really bulky. Unfortunately, the Obstagoon got a boost there. Alolan Golem running Rock Throw in the lead. Lots of fast move pressure here, but pretty slow to get to the charge moves. They end up switching in an Alolan Marowak. Going to for sure get a shield here, right? This Shadow Ball would almost one-shot. Yeah, the opponent is now down 2 shields, and the Alolan Golem's going to take a while to get to a move. You come in Altaria, most likely farm this all the way down, then you have a Moonblast ready for that Alolan Golem. You can tank these Shadow Bones, no problem. No defense fell on that first one, which is really nice. And another one goes through. Can you farm all the way down? Very nice. And then, good, able to get to this Moonblast before the Rock Throws KO. Swap into the Patchy and then see what they have in back. Do you end up shielding this, knowing that it's a Rock Blast? Yeah, I kind of need to keep it healthy. In the back is a Wigglytuff. This is an absolutely wild team here. So going to queue up the Thunderbolt. I wonder if 2 Thunderbolts knock out this Wigglytuff. Oh, definitely. Actually, ended up going for the Thunder Punch here, but easily handles the Wigglytuff and able to farm down that Alolan Golem and take that game there. Good game. Altaria into Obstagoon, favorable lead for sure. Trevenant needs to avoid this. Out comes a Gliscor, another kind of unique pick in this meta with how many ice types there are. I feel like it's very risky, but I have encountered some people running this. Now, having switch advantage here would be ideal because you definitely don't want that Trevenant aligned with the Obstagoon. So actually going to bring in the Trevenant onto this Gliscor, that is really scary. The other option would have been stay in with Altaria the entire time. Okay, I like forcing the CMP tie here, really smart play. And they let that go. Obstagoon's going to come in, right, and farm up a bunch. Oh my goodness. Okay, actually gonna value the farm with Talonflame even more. But now, and they let the Shadow Ball go through. Holy cow. Well, this game's over. Oh, they do get to a last second Brave Bird. Gonna shield this up because you want to get energy off on the Obstagoon, and the fast move pressure of Dragon Breath is really nice here. It's very challenging for the Obstagoon to farm you down, so that makes sense. Catch a move on Patchy, that's pretty nice. But we were going to be stuck in this matchup anyways, and at this health range you can just go for Thunder Punches. It takes 3 volt switches on the first cycle and then 2 on the next cycle to reach those Thunder Punches. I'm so jealous of this Pachirisu. I really wish I had one. Both Pachirisu and Double are 2 Pokemon that I do not have for this format, unfortunately. But Golbat in the lead. After the Wing Attack buff, but the Poison Fang nerf, Golbat still functions about the same. It still takes 5 Wing Attacks to reach that Poison Fang. But in general, this is not a good matchup for Golbat. The Dragon Breath damage is just way more threatening here. They did end up going for Shadow Ball on the first move for the heavier hitting damage, which makes sense. But are they going to end up double shielding Golbat here? Then Pachirisu is just going to have a heyday. They let it go down. What are they going to farm down with? A Shadow Vic. Okay, kind of awkward. You most likely go into Trevenant here to be able to hit with neutral damage, right? That makes the most sense. The Razor Leafs are resisted despite really chunking. Going to throw the Seed Bomb immediately. I would imagine the opponent no shields. Wow, they actually end up shielding that. That would have done hardly any damage, even though Shadow Vic is so glassy. Gonna no shield the Leaf Blade and put it all on the back of Pachirisu here. The opponent allows an entire free Volt Switch through because of poor move timing, so really positive for the Patchy here. Let's see how much damage this Thunderbolt does. Nice chunk of damage. There's no way Shadow Vic is getting to another move. Do you just build to back-to-back? Okay, farm down and then go for the nice Thunderbolt to KO this Victory Bell here despite being resisted. Able to take that game. Nice. Very well played. Good game. Altaria into Skarmory. Now, you would think this would be a bad matchup because the steel typing of Skarmory allows it to resist the dragon damage and the flying damage here, but look at the damage on the health bars there. Altaria can totally hang in this matchup. However, ideally you want Pachirisu aligned in this scenario, but as long as you can keep the Skarmory... Okay, really nice catch. As long as you can keep the Skarmory off the Trevenant, you're in a good spot here. Wow, they have a very anti-Trevenant team with Skarmory in the lead and then Sableye as well. Easily tanks that foul play. And gonna queue up the Thunderbolt here. Gets a shield on the big move. Always unfortunate when that happens, but they force the CMP tie. Do you shield? Yeah, shield to get this guaranteed damage off. I like this play. You could even aggressively swap the Altaria here to avoid getting farmed down. Oh man, they're barely able to get to a move here. No way you shield this, right? Yeah, let it go through because the Shadow Claws from Trevenant will also hit for neutral on the Skarmory. This is really bad. Okay, only gonna get to one move here, so gonna go for the Moonblast. And oh man. Shield this. This is gonna be rough. Okay, able to get the full farm on Skarmory. You have 2 Seed Bombs loaded. You win the CMP tie. And Seed Bomb should be, yeah, definitely enough to take out the Walrein at this health. Man, that was going to be kind of scary there at the end. Obviously, if the opponent was able to successfully catch on their Skarmory, they for sure win that game. Okay, Obstagoon in the lead. Out comes Skarmory. Okay. Gonna probably try to catch a move. Yeah, makes the most sense. You can safely build up energy there, knowing that you have such a hard counter. That's a really good example of recognizing when you have like an absolute wall to the Pokemon that they just brought in. You can actually stay in that lead matchup up until they throw their charge move. You don't want to desync your switch clocks too much, or take any unnecessary damage. Nice undercharge to get even more farm. Let this go. Really nice. Out comes Obstagoon. I wonder if you can get to a Thunderbolt and a Thunder Punch. That'd be pretty amazing. Potentially could have gotten to 2 Thunderbolts there. But actually gets a shield from the Obstagoon regardless. Big farm from the Obstagoon, but this is where having energy on the Altaria is really nice. That is right out of Sky Attack range, but after the Dragon Breath damage, now that's pretty much Sky Attack range. I wonder if it's another Steel type in the back. It could also be like a Venusaur. Something that needs to protect the Obstagoon from fighters. Nice attempt at the undercharge. Oh, they actually have an Altaria in the back. Hopefully they shield this. Yes, because now you can successfully land the Shadow Ball. If they would have no shielded it, it would have been a little bit more awkward just because the Dragon Breath damage is really devastating over time. But Trevenant will be able to take this KO with the Shadow Ball, and the win streak continues. This team is performing very, very well. Another Obstagoon in the lead. Wow. Now, whenever the opponent stays in like this, this means they're either making a misplay or they're double weak to this Altaria. So they're just trying to soft lose the lead here. And they're shielding. Okay, they have to be weak to this. Do they have like a Talonflame in the back? I've seen that pairing before, Obstagoon and Talonflame. But able to reach another Sky Attack. This is just not a good matchup at all for Obstagoon. Wow. Out comes Skarmory. Going to just stay in and allow the farm to happen. No, knowing that Pachirisu is such a hard counter. This is the safe play. Nice call. And in the back is a Galvantula. I guess, yeah, Galv is somewhat weak to Altaria as well. But there is a case to be made that they could have safe swapped Galv. Because that's at least more neutral than Obstagoon on Altaria. And looking really, really good here. Able to align the Trevenant on the Galvantula. And there is nothing this Skarmory can do. This game is so over. Pachirisu absolutely demolishes Skarmory. And still 2 shields up. The opponent knows what's up there. Good game. Okay, Lantern in the lead. Let's see what the fast move is. Looks like Spark. Okay, I like this play because you technically do... Oh, this is definitely a core breaker here. Abomasnow is definitely a core breaker for this team. It's kind of... Oh, they let the Shadow Ball go through. If the opponent shields that Shadow Ball, this game becomes really, really tough. Maybe they thought that they were going to bait. But... Okay, alright, GG. Poor Abomasnow. If only they knew how much value that thing had against this team. Mandibuzz in the lead. To be honest, this is the first Mandibuzz I've seen in the Holiday Cup, and it makes sense. You got Charmers, you got Ice types, you got Electric types. A lot of things that Mandibuzz is scared of. Going straight for the Moonblast here with the Altaria, and they let it go through. People that run Mandibuzz or Umbreon, it's so bulky that it's unlikely that they shield the first move, so I like going for the big nuke there. Gonna let this Foul Play go through and win the Zero Shield. A Heliolisk? Normal and Electric. Oh my gosh. Okay. What moves does this thing learn? Something electric, right? Bulldoze? Oh man, well you can definitely let that go through. I have never seen one of these in GBL. And these Shadow Claws are double resisted. Oh, it gets to a move. Do you no-shield this? Grass Knot. Okay, now we know. Grass Knot Bulldoze. What an insane... What was that? Is that a Golurk? Oh my goodness. How do you win this game? How do you win this? These are double resisted Volt Switches. How does Pachirisu win this? Oh my goodness. Okay, gonna throw these Thunderbolts. I might have misread Oh man. This is actually a 14-1. This is actually a 14-1 run, not a 15-0, unless I'm totally incorrect here. Wait a second. Wait a second. Do they win this? Do they win this? They win. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. The win streak continues. Oh my goodness. That was like the worst possible thing you could have seen in the back. Still able to pull it off. Noctowl against Altaria is a fairly neutral match. They do end up going for Shadow Ball in the first move, which now means that they can pretty much just go straight Sky Attack. Oh my goodness, that was wild. Going to let this go through. Once you get Noctowl out of the way, it's most likely that Trevenant is going to have a solid amount of play in the back. You even get a shield there. Oh man, hard swapping the Pachirisu. Okay. They have to have a response to this. Okay, Vigoroth is kind of a neutral answer here. I think the safer play was to just let the Altaria go down to guarantee that you can get Pachirisu aligned, but probably tried to snipe it. That's all right. Built up the Thunderbolt energy, but gonna bait with a Thunder Punch. Does not get the shield. Okay, going all in on Trevenant here. Oh my. Well, that was definitely the right call. Lantern in the back. This is there's nothing you can do here, Lantern. Gonna let all this damage go through and probably get a solid 2 shield flex on this poor Lantern here. Maybe even try to go for a nice BM catch on Altaria. Yeah, they let it go through and able to take that game. Really solid alignment the entire way. They had no hard counter to an electric type. Another Obstagoon in the lead. Wow, really common lead in these particular battles. And they're going straight Night Slash, no boost, thank goodness. They end up catching on Noctowl. Now, because Noctowl has the coverage move of Shadow Ball, I like that they swapped to the Pachirisu immediately and not allow this Noctowl to get too much of an energy advantage. But that Shadow Ball does like nothing. Okay, not gonna get too greedy here. Gonna throw the Thunder Punch. And they bring in the Obstagoon again. I like going for the heavy hitting move of Thunderbolt here. Let's see if the Obstagoon ends up shielding. They do end up shielding that. But you can safely no shield and get to another Thunderbolt. And you're still looking pretty good in this matchup here. No boost. Oh, they end up throwing in. You could shield this. Yeah, nice play to guarantee that you get this damage off. Going for another Thunderbolt. And they let it go. Oh, man. Oh, man. In the back is Lantern. And we know what happens when Lantern sees the tree. See you later, Lantern. GG. Altaria into... Okay, really bad, but... Gonna go into Trevenant. Yeah, Trevenant can hang with Frostlass when shields are up because you just outpace the whole time. And then you could just even farm down. Now that the Frostlass is so low, the Altaria can handle it. They end up bringing in Venusaur here. Venusaur could easily just go for a Frenzy Plant. I'm not quite sure why the Venusaur is over farming here. Obviously, they want to land a Sludge Bomb on the Altaria. They could have gone Frenzy there. Even though it's resisted, it would have KO'd the Trevenant. I think if you're the Altaria, though, you just no shield farm all the way down. You could even potentially farm down the Frostlass. Looking to instant swap. Gonna throw the Sky Attack. If the Frostlass shields, do you swap? Yep. And what do they have? A Breloom running counter, and then it has a multiple different charge moves. Seed Bomb, I think. Grass Knot. Dynamic Punch. Let's see what's coming through here. Seed Bomb. A Breloom. Gonna go for the Thunder Punch again here. Is this enough to KO? Oh my gosh, Breloom is so glassy. And there's nothing this Altaria can do. or there's nothing that this Frost Blast can do. Easily gonna be able to get to this Thunder Punch. Really interesting, spicy team from the opponent there for sure. Down goes the Frost Blast, and the win streak continues. Altaria into Trevenant. This is definitely where you want to see it. Oh man. Yeah, so again, staying in the matchup, catching a move, because Trevenant completely hard walls this Lantern. In general, Lantern is not the most flexible Pokemon, meaning you don't really have coverage moves for its worst matchups. Like, if you're against a grass type here, you're totally helpless. So I always find that Lantern functions better in the lead or in the back as like a hard counter response to a fire type or a Frost Blast. Using it on the safe swap just opens you up for devastating opportunities like that. Throws the Moonblast on the Frost Blast, and now Pachirisu is easily going to clean up. Going to no-shield all of this, just insanely bulky here. Tanks the Avalanche, no problem. Does lose the CMP tie to Frost Blast, obviously, because Pachirisu is so glassy. Gonna try to undercharge this Thunder Punch to get one more Volt Switch. Nice play. And then you have energy for the Trevenant. Going for the heavy hitting move of Thunderbolt here. Solid play. But Trevenant's gonna get a pretty big farm. Good job swapping out, not allowing that farm to happen. No shielding the Shadow Ball, but you're going to do just enough Dragon Breath damage to take it out. Very well played. Good game. Altaria into Jellicent. Okay, you have two better answers in the back, so potentially you could have instant swapped here. But gonna force the CMP tie and no shield the Shadow Ball. If that was an Ice Beam, that would have been really scary. Do you swap something here? Or try to catch on Pachirisu? Oh, they're throwing Bubble Beam. They're immediately throwing Bubble Beam. Get the easy farm down. Oh man, gonna bring in a Alolan Marowak to try to fire spin this down? And they shield that. Oh my goodness, this is a tough farm for a Alolan Marowak. Actually gonna swap out the Trevenant here. That farm down from Alolan Marowak would be pretty brutal. They're running Shadow Ball instead of Shadow Bone, so this is even more favorable for the Trevenant. Yikes, they don't even get to a move. And in the back is a Jumpluff, actually baiting with a Seed Bomb here. They no-shield it, but this game's pretty much over. These Shadow Balls are hitting for such strong neutral damage, and Pachirisu can easily hang against this Jumpluff here. They're still running Aerial Ace. Acrobatics is definitely the flying move of choice on Jumpluff. Unfortunately, Aerial Ace is just a really bad move. But Jumpluff with Energy Ball and Acrobatics actually has pretty solid play. This team continues to win. I think we have one more battle in the video here, folks. Lantern in the lead, and again, okay, nice. Gonna pivot out, yeah, because you have two better responses to this in the back. Catch the Thunderbolt, no problem. Most likely gonna throw neutral Surfs here, and they're opting to stay in. Very interesting here, gonna bait with a Thunder Punch, it looks like. And sneaks a Volt Switch, that's really, really nice. Now, worst case scenario is they have like a Frost Blast in the back, and it gets like a big farm down here, so we'll see what happens. Oh, all right. Battle of the electric types here. They led Lantern, and then they have Ampharos as well. Tried to swap out. This Ampharos probably has Brutal Swing, which will hit your Trevenant for super effective. Gonna go into Altaria. This is probably the safer response. Although I have encountered some Ampharos that are running a Zap Cannon, and I have been nuked by those, and it does not feel good. Nice. Catch the Thunder Punch on the Trevenant. Solid play. In the back is a Talonflame. Talon's going to get a really big farm here. But Altaria has energy. Gets the shield there. Oh my gosh. Able to get to this last second seed bomb. That's actually huge. Good call from the opponent not shielding. Oh, do you no shield this? Okay. They're definitely just going to go straight flame charge. I don't think they can reach a third flame charge though. And going to be able to farm it down and take that game. 15 game win streak. Very well played. Thank you so much for submitting these battles. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. And I'll see you all in the next video.